Okay, let's peel back the layers on this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into Andrew Solomon's really important book, The Noonday Demon, Understanding Depression. It's this amazing journey, really, into what depression is like, mixing his own story, science, culture, even politics. And that title, The Noonday Demon, it's powerful, isn't it? Comes from this old biblical idea, describes depression as this like destructive thing that hits you right out in the open in daylight. Relentless.
Yeah, and what's fascinating right away is that Solomon just reframes it. It's not just feeling sad, you know? So our goal here really is for you to get a quick handle on what clinical depression actually is, why it's, well, everywhere, and importantly, what paths Solomon shows us towards understanding it and maybe finding some hope.
Okay, so if it's more than just feeling a bit down, how does Solomon define it? Because like lots of people mix it up with normal sadness or grief, right?
That's such a key point he makes. He defines it as this emotional pain, just all-encompassing, that takes over involuntarily. It's not something you can just, shake off. And he makes a really clear distinction with grief. Grief is, well, it's a natural reaction to losing something or someone. It fits the situation. Clinical depression, though, he says it's disproportionate, it's pervasive, it actually changes how you see yourself, your relationships, everything. It's like your reality gets warped.
And it's not just brain chemistry either, is it? He really pushes it. It's way more complex. Psychological factors, social ones.
Exactly. And cultural, too. He builds on that by sharing his own story very bravely. His own fight with depression really brings it home, makes it human. You see how isolating it is. And this personal angle highlights his broader point about stigma, how it's still so persistent across different cultures. Often it's rooted in old misunderstandings, sometimes even religious ideas about it being like moral failing.
Right.
He mentions how in some cultures, it's hard to even talk about feeling sad, which means people don't get help when they need it. So fundamentally, it's a call for empathy, for understanding, to see depression as a real health issue, not some kind of weakness.
Okay, so once he's laid out how deep and complex this is, where does he go next? What about getting better, finding hope? What treatments does he actually get into?
Right. This is where he really covers the landscape. He talks about medications, the SSRIs everyone knows, like Prozac, but also older ones, tricyclics, explaining kind of how they work differently. Then there's psychotherapy. Things like CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy.
Which helps with thought patterns.
Exactly, targeting those negative loops. And interpersonal therapy, which looks more at relationships. He even tackles ECT, electroconvulsive therapy. Still controversial for some, but he explains when it can be highly effective and clears up some myths around it.
Wow, so it's a whole toolkit, not just one answer.
Yep.
He seemed to really stress finding the right combination for each person.
Precisely. It's about an individualized approach. But, and this is important, it's not all medical. Solomon actually sounds quite optimistic about managing depression. He talks a lot about human connection, therapy itself, not just as treatment, but as a process. And sometimes creative outlets. He gives examples, artists, writers, who sort of channeled their experiences, found ways to navigate it, even create from it. It's about figuring out how to build a life with depression, not just waiting for it to vanish.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you listening to this deep dive on the Noonday Demon? It really shows depression is incredibly complex, so many layers. But, and this is Solomon's key message, I think, it is manageable.
Absolutely. It's fundamentally a call for more empathy, more understanding from all of us. He's really pushing us to see depression as just a profound part of the human experience, something that needs our attention, our support, both for individuals and, well, society.
Okay, so here's a final thought to leave you with. What if we really took Solomon's deep, nuanced view of depression, all those layers, biological, psychological, social, and actually bred that into our everyday conversations? How might that genuinely change how we think about mental health for ourselves and for everyone around us?
This video is presented by International Psychology Association. Follow us for more psychology updates.